Greetings once again, Highlanders fans, and welcome back to GoHighlanders.com's coverage of the 2012 track season. We're about a month away from the Big West Conference Championships. We're sitting down with Nate Brown to get his take on how the 2012 season is going so far. Coach Brown, in addition to being a TV star of such shows as Undercover Boss, is also in charge of our sprints and relays teams. Coach Brown, thanks so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Well, I know we said we were going to talk 2012, but let's take a quick jump back to 2011, if you could, so we can set the stage for this year. How did we do in the sprints and relays in 2011, especially compared to how you thought we would going into conference?
2011 was a bit of a wild card year for us. We weren't sure what we had. We knew we had strong 400-meter guys, but we were able to bring in some other guys that were able to help us out at the 1 and the 2. Christina Satterwhite had a fantastic year on the women's side. Was a conference finalist at 100 meters, ran lifetime best. We had Yasmin Modeste was a conference finalist at 400 meters. And then on the guys' side, we were able to score in the 100 and 200. The 100 we hadn't scored in for some years. Hernell Dyer finished 4th in the conference after going in, ranked at like 9th, maybe 8th or 9th. Justin Harris finished 4th in the 200 after going in ranked 9th or 10th. And then the 400 is where we did the most of our damage. Brian Adams was a conference champion. First time he was a champion, and then Jerome Rideau finished 4th for the 2nd year in a row. So that was a 15-point event for us. And then on our relay side, our men's 4x1 ran 40-70, made it to the NCAA first round meet, finished 3rd in the conference, I think it was, and then went to the NCAA meet and finished 16th out of 24 teams. So it was a step forward for that relay team. First time we took a sprint relay to that meet, and 4x4 ran strong as well. So last year was a bit better than we probably anticipated going in, but a lot of that credit goes to those gentlemen that stepped up and performed really well at the conference meet.
All right, let's talk 2012. Let's start on the women's side as we go through this. First of all, who, if anybody, did we lose that scored for us at conference last year?
Last year, Christina Satterwhite scored at conference. She was dealing with an injury this year that kept her from training and competing. She's going to graduate in 3 years, so that's always a high honor and the most important thing for us. So coming into this year, being down, her talent and ability level was a bit of a blow for the women's sprint side.
Now let's look towards this season. Who comes back?
Everybody else was back. We didn't graduate any gentlemen last year with the exception of Greg Stanger. So we have all of our men's sprinters back from last year and added in a junior transfer by the name of Michael Hearn at the 1 and the 2. On the women's side, we have all of our gal sprinters back. Michelle Macias, Yasmin Modeste, Rianne Swafford, Asha Blades, and we added in Nichelle Reyes from Rancho Verde High School here in nearby Moreno Valley.
Are there any other newcomers on either side that you think have the chance to score this year or down the road at conference?
That remains to be seen. We got some folks that have the capability to, but we'll find out in the next couple of weeks if they can make a conference qualifier, and if they're close, we may give them an opportunity to run to get some experience for future years.
In the Big West, who traditionally amongst the various schools has the best sprinters and the best relay teams, if there are one or two schools?
On both men and women, Northridge is always strong. Coach Avery Anderson does a fantastic job with his short sprints. The relay teams are always contending for conference titles. Last year on the women's side, Cal State Fullerton was very good on the women's sprints. Again, they are this year. Coach Coffey down there does a great job as well. Sean Meineke at Long Beach State always has men's sprinters that are going to do strong. Their relay teams are very good. The longer sprints, Santa Barbara in the last couple years has gotten really good. So we're up against a pretty strong group of sprinters across the board in the Big West. So we're up to the challenge.
Well, we had a dual meet this year with UC Santa Barbara. We were at the All-Cal meet, Cal Nevada. So there have been a number of opportunities so far to see other Big West competition. And as we mentioned, Big West Conference Championships in basically about a month. How do you see things playing out this year, a month out? How do we look?
It's tough to separate it at this point. I think we're in a good position. If last year's any comparison, we didn't go in ranked high in the conference meet, and we came out with some good finishes. The conference list is out there. There's some guys that are ranked pretty high, and as far as I'm concerned, the list just means or shows capacity, it shows capability. But you've got to get it done on the day to get into the final, and then the day of the finals, it kind of depends on how athletes handle the pressure and handle the atmosphere of the meet. So I'm looking forward to what we can do at 1 and 200. Obviously, Brian is defending conference champion. There's some really good guys this year in the quarter. He's going to have some run from some guys at Santa Barbara. There's going to be some other gentlemen that could possibly compete with him for that title, so he's going to have his hands full. Our 1 and 200 meter runners, there's a lot of guys this year that are running well inside the Big West, so it's going to be pretty interesting. On the women's side, we've got some gals that are looking to do some damage in the 2 and the 4, and it remains to be seen if Nichelle Reyes can make a big jump forward and make the final in the 100 at the Big West. So it's going to be an interesting year, especially these last couple, 2-3 weeks before conference, and kind of some positioning. But a lot of it comes down to on the day, in the moment, which athletes can put together the very best race situation and put themselves in position to finish high in the conference.
Let's look beyond conference here for a moment. Who amongst your group has the chance to go on to NCAAs and possibly beyond?
We've got some, I would think our relay team can perform at that level again. Our 4x1 made it last year. No reason to believe that they won't get it done again. We've run 4 different combinations of teams due to some injuries, so we're still trying to put together our best A team. Brian Adams has definitely a good shot at qualifying in the 400 for NCAAs. We've got Justin Harris in the 200, Mike Hearn in the 100. So there is some guys that have the potential to make it to the NCAA first round meet.
Well, we'll be there to cover the entire Big West Conference Championship. Good luck, Coach, and we'll see you at Irvine in a month.
Can't wait.